Right, so here we are out on a family walk down the Bridgewater Canal in Manchester. And I just wanted to talk to you about the Tour of Tameside, because obviously it's been over a month now already since we ran it, and I do remember you saying to me at the time that it was a bit mind blowing that you'd actually done the whole thing, because you never intended to do that, did you?
No, I still don't really believe that I did it.
So how do you feel about it now, though?
I'm still shocked that I did it, because it just doesn't feel real that I did obviously the full 4 days of the tour on top of the club race and on the Wednesday before as well.
It was quite amazing when we got to the last day, sort of thing, and well, in fact, I was quite blown away with you at the half marathon, I'll be honest with you, when I was sat on that bench, because I was shattered, and it wasn't expecting you to arrive when you did, because I knew you was going to be like run walking and sort of thing, and I probably thought with you doing so much running, you'd have done a lot more walking. So I was quite surprised when you came along, and then you kept going with your run walking, and when you started running, I couldn't keep up with you because I was shattered.
Well, on the half marathon, I mean, I did pretty much power walk the whole thing, but my power walk is probably just like somebody else's, like slow recovery pace anyway, so yeah. It got me round. Yeah.
Right, so with the 10k cross trail, how did you feel about that one?
Obviously, with any of the races, I didn't know really what to expect, and with a cross trail, I just really wanted to see what it was. And part of me doing the whole series was, it wasn't something I'd planned, and it wasn't something I thought through about doing the whole of the tour. So as the date got closer, I was more thinking of, well, I fancy having a go at the cross trail, and I really fancied the 7 miler on the Sunday. But I kept toing and throwing about which races I wanted to do and I was going to do, because I wanted to have a go at the Hell on the Fell. So it was all about challenging myself to see what I could do without the pressure of sort of racing and being fast, and just to see what I could do. So the cross trail was something I just wanted to see what it was, and could I do it. And I did it, and it was hard, and it was quite a hilly route, and hills are often, I feel, they're against me with my breathing and my asthma.
It was quite well. It starts, doesn't it, so slightly uphill, and then you get quite a beast of a hill. Yeah. And you go round in a loop, and then you do this, the next loop, which has got an even worse hill on it. Is it the second loop that we had the really big hill? Up that side of that road after the water station.
Yes. Yeah, the biggest one was on the second loop.
I don't think I'll ever forget that water station.
But it was hill after hill.
Yeah. It was good once we got to the downhills though. The downhills on both sides, I think that it was a bit of a funny one, wasn't it? Because it was a closed road sort of thing. So in between, you had to run between those, like they were flower boxes or whatever they were, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And that stretch, that thing, that was quite nice to run down there. But yeah, overall, I mean, I did quite enjoy that race. I set out. My plan was to when I set out on my run was to take it a bit easier, and I didn't. I pushed it a bit. Sorry, go on.
Being like a slower runner, it was at times feeling a little bit lonely at the back, but there was a couple of us that were at the back, and there was one stretch of an out and back where I knew I was kind of like the last runner at that point. There was one lady behind me, but then she decided not to carry on. And then there was another point where there was another lady struggling, and we just stuck together to get through. And after like the second hilly loop, you came off onto the trail part. And that was really nice and kind of pressure off, because we knew there was no more major hills, and it was sort of nice underfoot. and it was the pretty part of the route.
I enjoyed that. The bit I really enjoyed was once you've gone through that bridge. I know it's always enjoyed the end of the run, but it was quite nice when you went through that bridge and then down the canal, you know, and recognising where I was in Daisy Nook. I said I've got a lot of memories from as a child in Daisy Nook. I think I used to ride there as a kid on my BMX, and so I knew those areas quite well, so it was quite nice to get there. But then they finished us off with that traily bit at the end as well, up those stairs.
Well, I did ask the marshal if they was being serious when they said just up these steps.
Yeah.
But once you got up the steps, it was really nice up on the top of the trail.
Yeah, just undulated a bit, wasn't it? So, but nothing major.
Yeah.
And put your pace up, and then it wasn't long before they finished, was it? And it was a good run. Yeah, it was a good overall one. Then we then over to race 2, which was Hell on the Fell. Hopefully that video's out now already. And
Yep, it absolutely is Hell on the Fell if you are not a seasoned fell runner.
yeah. Well, it is a funny one, isn't it? Because I think you've got to be a fell runner, but also the majority of the run isn't a fell run. It's a road. But it might sound bad, but it's very challenging road. It's very steep uphill. If anyone knows the Staley Bridge area, Manchester, you can't go in any direction sort of thing without, good clutch control on your car, because there's hills and the steep hills everywhere you go. So,
and definitely the first half, if not more, is uphill. And even when you come off the road section and you hit the trail section, it is still going up.
I was going to say, I think you come down for probably a kilometre or 2, don't you, to get to the start, and to go from the start down. But then after that, it's probably about 3/4 of the run is actually uphill. The last bit, the downhill bit, it's funny because you put all that effort in to get up there, and then it's hard work coming down, isn't it? Fantastic views up there. Again, you'll see from the video. You go look at that one there. There's really good views of Manchester and around surrounding areas when you're up there.
Definitely worth it for those views. And the downhill, the first sort of relief of the downhill, this big open field, and it was amazing to run through that. I had quite a gallop on. I'll call it a gallop because that's what I felt I did to get down it. And it was great, I was loving it, and then there was a gate or a stile at the bottom and you come to a sudden stop, and then that's kind of where the fell element really does start, with the more technical trail underfoot. And that's the bit where I started to have a wobble, but I was glad to have Dominic with me so that I could hold onto his shoulders and keep my stability, and subsequently not end up on my bottom.
Because it was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Even I've done a few traily runs, really. I've never done any fell running yet till this week. This tomorrow was my first proper fell run. So, but I've never done that sort of downhilling before myself, sort of thing. So, I'm not great with the rough underfoot. I'm not a fan of this sort of thing. So, I explained with you, I was struggling a bit there. And obviously, you had you holding my shoulders as well as you're coming down the hill. It must have looked a right pair. But yeah, once we got that bit done, then we had a lovely little, again, through the field, didn't we? And then we was on to the last section. Literally, like, they said, just beware, it drops down here, sort of thing. You run down it, literally, like the path just dropped away. Like jumping off a cliff.
Again, it was another race where I was I don't think I was quite the last runner at this point. I did end up finishing all 4 of the races in second to last position. But I was well supported and it was really good fun.
Yep.
Not sure I'd do it again. If I do, I think I need to be sort of more seasoned with technical trail to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the third race of the series.
Third race of the series was the half marathon. And again, as I say, sorry, I'm jumping in there, but I was really nervous about this one because I did feel quite tired, and I knew it was going to be a long way. I'd done the run before and enjoyed it last year. Obviously, you wouldn't even know what was to come, did you?
No, I mean, you've done a number of half marathons, whereas this was only my second.
Yeah.
Again.
And what I want to do though for your second half marathon, right? You've only run one half marathon before, and now you're going to run your second one. of your third day consecutive run, no, fourth day consecutive running. He's like, you crazy?
I just got up, I got dressed, turned up and did what I could.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they say we talked about it, but we go through the.
We mentioned it previously about how, you know, I did sort of power walk pretty much all of it. Once we got on, because we started on the road section and through the town, once we got onto the trail, I had the tail bikes behind me again, and they'd made some sort of comment about me having a good pace, and I said, I'm glad you think so, because I'll be like this for the next 3 hours. And they just said, that's not a problem, you just do what you need to do. And they were so friendly, they was very chatty as we was going along, and not at any point throughout the race did I feel under any pressure that I should be any faster pace than I actually was.
They were really good, weren't they? Like the marshals.
Yeah, yeah. And the weather, it was overcast, but it was very humid. And again, it's not good sort of atmosphere for my breathing. So the power walking just kept the relief off my chest, the strain of running. And it was really nice.
Yeah, well, I remember at the end of the day, as I said, I was waiting for you at the end to come along, and you turned up a lot quicker than I thought. And I was actually that shattered after my run that when I was keeping up with you, I didn't have the energy to keep up with you. It was you really surprised me how soon you arrived, and I was just like trying to walk behind you. And each time you had your little walking section, just to do a little jog to catch you up again.
I think by that point as well, I was determined to get finished. The sun had been out when I was reaching, well, I'd not even reached the halfway turnaround point when the sun was out and it was blazing hot. So by the time I'd met you, I was just ready for getting finished.
Oh, there was a little rainy section, wasn't there, on the run side, and it was really cold for, to be honest with you, as well.
I liked the rain.
It was. One thing I didn't mention about in my video actually was how warm that day was. It looks like today it was overcast, etc. But my word, was it hot, sort of thing. So I was dripping in sweat from the start. Each water station, which was lucky, because again, this is a well organised route, they had 2 water stations, and you went through them on the way out and on the way back as well.
Yeah, plenty of water.
So there's plenty of water, sort of thing. So it was really good. I drank about half a bottle at the first one because it was already really hot. And then on the way back, I stopped at both water stations. Actually, we stopped and walked and made sure I took the water on because I knew I was getting dehydrated.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they did really well. We enjoyed it. I am really gutted for you, sort of thing, in a way that the footage, I think I tried to video you at the end.
Yeah.
But I haven't got the footage for it, sort of thing. So there's not a lot of you in that video. And really, out of the pair of us, I think you're the one who deserves the fame, sort of thing, from it, because, you know, obviously it was really quite epic with you being only your second. No problem. Really quite epic because it was only your second half marathon.
Well, there's a bit where you saw me at the halfway point, but I think, well, it wasn't the halfway point. It was probably about.
It was the first water station as we come back, wasn't it? So I think so. It was probably about. I had about another 4 miles to go, didn't I, on the way back, and you were about 6 miles out, weren't you?
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I was walking, drinking my water, being a good girl.
Yeah, we definitely needed. I tell you, it was. Yeah, so on the way back I stopped twice. I don't know whether that helped me or not. I had a little bit of a wobble myself. I think after about eight miles, it was really getting to me. But I was quite happy with the time.
Well, I have my third half marathon coming up in October. I'm going to do the Manchester half for the first time. And when we did Manchester Marathon as a relay, I did that in just over 3 hours. The Tour of Tameside half marathon, I think, was it 3 hours 12, something like that. So I hope the next one, I would love to be able to do it under the 3 hours. We shall see.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think you can do the Manchester. The Manchester half is a good one. We'll both be at that one. I'm hoping to do a PB this year, getting under me. I think 1:43 is my PB. So if I can get under that, I'll be over the moon. But we'll see. Got other challenges along the way. Yeah, sorry. Sneaking it in. So on to, oh look at the wedding photographs. On to the final race then. So this is the Dr. Ron Hyde 7 miler, which again, I'm going to say stuff about you, but I had to have a bit of a nap, didn't I, on the Saturday after the half marathon. I was so tired, sort of thing. I think that's what was amazing about you. You seemed to be all right, and then come the Sunday morning, I was all right. I was ready to run, but it was all good fun.
I was looking forward to this one. 7 miles, not the usual distance that we do. Yeah, so the 7 miler, again, I had no expectations for. I was just showing up. I was going to get it done. I'd done the 3 races. Why not do the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do.
It was a really nice race day. Obviously, there's a lot of people who had done the full tour. There was people who had sort of picked maybe just the one race to do, and that was their race. Others that had done 2 or 3. But they also had a nice junior race as well. So it was a nice family feel to it.
It did, didn't it? And there was quite a mix, wasn't there, on the race?
Yeah.
Because we noticed that obviously the numbers on people's chests, sort of thing. If you had only entered the 7 miler, you had the blue number on, didn't you? So we did notice a lot more mixed up. I think most of the people who ran the other races were running all the series, wasn't there? I didn't see many people who looked like to be only running the 10k or to be running the cross trail or anything like that. It was
I think most people had signed up to do the series.
Yeah, because it's sort of, and again, that was sort of really nice. It got us a bit of a community at the end of it, didn't it? Sort of thing, because everybody's like, yeah, it's our last, we've managed to get it done. Gave a really nice feeling, I thought, like to see these other people and these familiar faces. Some of the people, in fact, somebody I said hello to today at Parkrun.
Yeah.
Who did it as well. So
the 7 mile, it actually started uphill. My favourite starts.
It was quite a slog actually, wasn't it, that one?
Yeah. And we had really good support again, and this time it was a van that was following us around, which was really good because when we was on the road sections, it made us feel safe. But being an uphill start, it did take me some time to sort of get going. And as I was plodding along, I caught up to a fellow runner who, throughout the whole of the series, we'd kind of seen each other's backs.
Yeah, what was she called?
She was called Amy.
Amy, that's right, because she'd been with you. You two finished in the same place virtually every race, didn't you? So I think so you stuck together and supported each other, which I thought was lovely.
Well, she was really finding it hard. It had been obviously a tough 3 days prior. And I know she didn't realise until afterwards that she actually had some really, really bad blisters. She was really digging in, and I just could not leave her. I just wanted to stick with her because I know if it was me, I wouldn't enjoy being the last person having the van with me and being alone. So I'd done the 3 races. I was just wanting to get this race done. I wasn't racing for myself, I was just doing it. So it was really nice to stick with Amy and keep each other going to get through and to get it done. And it was a lovely moment when we was approaching the finish, and it was a lovely, that hard slog we had to start was the lovely downhill towards the finish. And it was just so nice to have done the whole series, seeing each other's backs, but then to finish that race together, having supported each other to get round it. It was just brilliant.
Yeah.
It is definitely one of the races I would definitely say I'll do again.
This difficult one subject sort of to talk to you about really. But obviously you've come at running from a different place than my running journey started sort of trying, basically panicking about the fact that how unfit I was, and I pushed myself, but I didn't have the same challenges as you did. Sort of, you've been fighting your asthma, etc. Sort of things. So that you've always been in a similar position, haven't you? Where at part run you've been in the last section of people, sort of thing, or in these races, sort of thing. You've always been towards the back. So how did this series feel, sort of thing? Because I think it felt a bit like elite at first, when you said the Tour of Tameside, you've got to be a really good runner to do that, So how does it feel now, looking back, thinking, the sort of runner you are?
Yeah, I mean, there are some really, really amazing runners who do these races, and these runners, they are up and down these hills all the time. They're very strong, and you would think it was about being a fast runner to be able to do a tour, the full series, but it's more about endurance. And I think that was something I didn't realise I had. I didn't think I would have the ability to get up each day and to go and do a race. And I mean, the Hell on the Fell and the half marathon, you don't have a day in between to recover, because the Hell on the Fell is an evening race, and then the half marathon is a morning race. So there's no real sort of full recovery in between. So for me to be able to do something like that has been pretty amazing, and it still hasn't really sunk in that I did 5 races, 4 tour, previous the club race, back to back.
So what would your message be to other runners then?
If you've got the health to do it, to challenge yourself to see what you can do, and don't worry about being the last person to cross the line. Don't worry about being slower. I mean, I was a good 2 hours slower probably than the winner of the half marathon, but that didn't matter. What mattered was that I set myself a challenge and I completed it.
Yeah, I just hope that say people see this video, if you like, and realise that you don't have to be these elite runners sort of thing to be able to do this sort of thing. And also, I'd love it to sink in sort of thing, to sink into you, so actually what you managed to achieve, to be honest with you, because it was,
I think the one
really good.
The one thing I do feel is a shame is that there wasn't more runners of my pace.
Yeah.
Because, and I think they maybe feel that it's not for them because they look at the times of previous years and they think, oh yeah, everybody finishes really, really fast. That's not for me. But with a good support team and friendly marshals and everything, being at the back, being of slower pace, you're as worthy of those that do finish.
Yeah.
In the top numbers. If you want to challenge yourself, then do it.
Cool. So yeah, the last race for me, the 7 mile, I quite enjoyed it, to be honest with you, as well. I managed to change my mindset in a way that I'd never done before, and that was I was just going to get the race done, and it really is how I set out. I was going to go at a sensible pace and just get it done. For my race, I think I was going to set off and go at a sensible pace. I managed to actually get a sensible mindset really on it, in the case of just going to get it done. It's Tour of Tameside, it's a big thing. I've done a lot of mileage this week. I'm not going to try and race it and feel ill or whatever. I'm just going to get down the course, and I've really enjoyed it. I did actually really enjoy it. I bumped into the Sunday Poodle, and as you'll see, the video's not yet out, but will be soon. And I ran with the Sunday Poodle, and he's great. We had a really good laugh along the way. Sadly, a lot of the conversation was quite personal.
Family orientated.
Yeah, family orientated, etc. So I'll have to miss quite a bit of that out. But again, you know, with these videos, we don't show absolutely everything anyway, sort of thing. But it was a bit like an interview with him, and I really enjoyed it, sort of thing. I've not seen him since, sort of thing, so I'll have to give him a nudge and say hello. But again, if you get the chance, sort of thing, if you're not already following him, look up the Sunday Poodle on YouTube. He's a great runner. So I think again, as he talks about, he's into ultra distances and things like that. But he's 11 team runner.
And before you do that, like and subscribe to Run Dad Run too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you're not already, do it. So I think make sure you share it around with your friends. So yeah, so I'm going to sign off now. So hopefully the videos will be out. So the next video will be out soon for this full series, and my next challenges are going to be coming up soon. I'll do more about shortly. What we're going to have to do, Sea to Sky. So that's going to be in September. It's only about 5 weeks away from now. Actually, I'm going to be doing my first ever ultra 52k up the back of Snowdon.
Safe to say I'm not doing that one.
Yeah, but you're going to come to support, I think. So yeah. I'm going to be taking the camera on that one as well. So that'll be my first ultra. So hopefully, it'll be something to watch. So catch you in the next one. Bye.